Welcome to Follow Sport TV, a program presented by the Zimbabwe Theatre Academy, where we talk almost everything theatre. Today, I'm honored to have also a professional who has been working in the field of theatre for quite some time. And welcome to the program, Norbert.
Thank you for having me. Okay, so my name is Norbert MAKOCHE, but I've changed it. I think my artistic name is Norbert or Norbert Mac, whichever you like.
Norbert.
Yes.
All right. So tell me how and when did, if you remember, your theatre journey or creative journey started?
I think my creative journey started right around the age of 3, but I didn't know that it was the journey because back then we had a community group where we'd just, it would be kids, would meet and then we'll just do songs, we'll be singing and then mini plays, and then it moved to church as we would do Christmas carols and all of that. I happened to have an interest in all of that, but I didn't know that it was something that was actually in me. Fast forward to high school, that's when I had real passion for theatre and me auditioning for the drama club, and from that point, I can say that's when everything started.
So I know I've known you as a writer.
Yes.
Yeah. You've traded it for other things like performing when you're maybe in a drama group. Were you also active in writing, or you're performing, directing, and then maybe writing, you found your way through? Or maybe we could lead you to the next question to say, when did you start writing?
Okay. So I didn't start as a writer, but I started off as an actor. When I auditioned for the drama club, I was doing mostly acting. As part of the drama club, I would get roles and all of that. My writing, I should say, started at the age of 14. But in the same sense, like I said again, I didn't know that it was the journey that's starting. From reading other people's scripts, I used to get inspiration, then I would just pen down other things and almost take the concept they would have put down and then make it my own, try to change here and there. I think that's when I started to have that interest for writing. And then it was mainly in high school though, when I then noticed that maybe this writing thing could actually be a thing for me. I think as I went into A-level, I started, as I said, I was part of the drama club. I started then writing for the drama club, and those scripts were then used for competitions and all of that. And then from that point, that's when I knew that writing is actually a part of me. So yeah, that's when I started writing. So what are some of your plays out there in the market or still in the briefcase that you have written? Okay, so I think the most popular play that I've done was MAKOCHE. It was my debut theatre play, I should say, because I had always done short plays, like I said, for high schools, competition level, and all of that. That was mainly what I wrote. But then with MAKOCHE, it was I feel like maybe introducing myself now in the theatre space to say, this is Norbert the writer, Norbert the creative, because I think that was the biggest thing that I did in terms of theatre, or that was the beginning of me doing big things in terms of theatre. So that's one play that I've done. I think most people who've known me have known me from writing that play. That's what's really introduced me to the, I should say, mainstream industry.
You got some numbers or Royal Blawayo Arts Awards?
Yes.
Did it?
I think it got 2 awards in the NAMAs, which was Best Actor in Theatre and Best Actress, and the other categories it got nominations.
Cool. In the Blawayo Arts Awards?
In the Blawayo Arts Awards, we managed to get nominations for Outstanding Production, also Outstanding Actor and Outstanding Actress.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know your journey is still, you spoke about 3, 14, and you're still continuing.
Yes.
But probably in the sector, people might address you as emerging, already in the professional. You're still the emerging artist, even though no longer young. Who are some of the people that you've interacted with? Probably under learning, maybe directing or performing, or institutions that you also probably have worked with?
So I think for me, my story doesn't make sense if I don't mention people like Memory Kumbota. Most of the works that I've done or the work ethics that I have or even how I devise my creativeness, I credit it to him. I was part of the NIMBE class, the head of theater class, back in 2013, and he was our teacher. So most of the things I've done with directing, it's always been with reference to say, but memory said you do that.
Yeah.
Memory said you do that. So he's been one person who's like been such an inspiration, even up to today. When I think of doing stuff or writing a play or directing a play or getting into a creative space, I always have his voice with certain learnings. No, you do this like that, you do this and that. I would also love to mention people like Resdon Baya. I think most of my writing also came as part of, he was part of the inspiration. Yes, he mentored me in the sense that there were plays I once acted that he wrote, and there were plays I think we also did in school, and he used to be part of the adjudicators in the drama competitions that I did when I was in high school. So with that, I used to take also the way he would write. I used to really analyze a lot and to say, no, you do this, you do that. To have a good script, you need to do that and to do that. And I think now coming to Harare, I can mention names like Jason Pepo. I've worked with him for a long time, and it's been a good experience. I should say that, yeah.
And I know you spoke about the NIMBE training program, and also I know you're about to complete your undergrad. Why do you think it's important? I know it's not in theater specifically.
Yes.
Why do you think training is important for theater practitioners to get?
I think every training that I've got in terms of theater, be it writing, directing, or acting, has always advanced me in a way. I think it is very important for every practitioner to always advance themselves, because theater is forever evolving. So what you knew 5 years back is not what you would know currently. So, but if you are always giving that opportunity to advance yourself, to learn new techniques. I remember when I started theater, physical theater didn't exist at all. But as time moved on, it became very dominant. And I should say, through trainings and all of that, a lot of theater practitioners now can devise whatever work they're doing and use physical theater because they've allowed that opportunity to learn. So it's very important, I think, as a creative in any aspect, be it musician or a filmmaker, to always advance the knowledge that you have.
And then also looking at the, I think you've experienced working in Harare and Bulawayo,
Yes.
creating work between these two major cities. What are some of the things that you think in an ideal environment you'd want to see theater in, so for it to strive or to develop to meet the standards of other regional partners or other international countries that we learn from?
I think I would love to see more of theater. Just theater in general. I feel like of late, I do not know, maybe it's because of COVID, we've had a lack of theater productions. And myself, I'm even guilty for that as well. We haven't been producing as much as it was back then. You would have 8 to 10 productions running and all of that. So I would wish for us to have more theater plays. And I think one of the wishes that I have, maybe especially with trying to meet the international market, is finding new ways again of creating our plays. Because you'll notice that this time you'll see a play and it's designed in this certain way. The next time you see a play, I think maybe we need to step out of our comfort zones and find new ways to make it more interesting and to make it more creative. Yes.
So Norbert, or Mark Norbert,
Yes.
the artist, maybe somebody's listening or watching right now, maybe in the next couple of years, weeks, what are your goals and plans in regards to theater in Zimbabwe, or probably in the region, or probably you want to go international, but what should we look forward to?
Okay, so what you should look forward to is for theater to be popular. I say this because it has been one of my wishes, or one of the things that I hope to achieve. Because you notice that in the arts industry, I do not know, theater is not as appreciated mostly as you would see of films or music. And I think, and I hope with the work that I am willing to bring, it will put us up there, like up the market, yes. That's what I'm hoping for theatre in the next 5 years, to actually maybe, let me just say, have a new day theatre altogether, where it competes and it almost aligns with the new technologies that we have, yes.
I think you're hearing it from Norbert, and in case, Norbert, there's a young person there or somebody out there who wants to start their journey within the creative and cultural industries, and maybe as we conclude also this conversation, what would be probably your recommendations to them? Maybe looking at the way you started, looking at how other people started. You started at 3, probably enlightened at 14, and then maybe developed there. Or others, they're like at 20, I discovered that I want to do this and started. What would be your recommendation to somebody watching or listening right now?
I think what I would give as advice to anyone is that never stop dreaming. Because there was a time that I didn't think that I would get where I am in terms of theatre. So I would say never stop dreaming, never stop believing. Even if there are other factors that are lowering you down, or maybe other people that are telling you that you cannot make it, or even yourself, if you have those voices that are telling you that maybe you're not meant for this. I think keep believing in yourself, keep dreaming, and be consistent with your work. Keep on working. It will eventually get to where you want to be.
Keep creating, keep getting mentorship. But the idea is that you have to keep moving until you realize your goal. As also he has said, alluded earlier on, that probably in the next, there is offerings that are going to come in the coming few weeks, years, or decades, will speak to revolutionizing theatre in Zimbabwe, in the region, and in the world. So thank you so much for watching Follow Sport TV. But before I conclude again, as we're concluding, maybe the other things that we didn't ask you, that you felt like, what, I would want someone out there to know or to understand, or just a statement that you want to make, or some few words probably to part away this episode. Yeah.
I think I've pretty much said it, because when I look at my story or my journey, I think believing in yourself is everything. I think that's what I would always say, or something that I've always said, and something that I will always say. Believe in yourself. In whatever you do, believe in yourself. It always works out.
Don't stop dreaming. Believe in yourself. Thank you so much for watching Follow Sport TV, and thank you so much for being our guest on this episode.
Thank you for having me.
You can follow on the details that are appearing on your screen for episodes that we've done before, and this current one, and more that are going to come. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel for more information. Thank you. And thank you so much, Norbert.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.